What's up, everybody? It's Priyon Joni. So today I'm going to be showing you Pioneer DJ's brand new 4-channel intermediate DJ controller, the DDJ-FLX6. The Flex 6 is the first DJ controller from Pioneer DJ that's geared for the next step up from a DDJ-400 or DDJ-SB3 user. It's not necessarily on the same class as the professional 4-channel controllers like the DDJ-SX3 or the DDJ-1000. The Flex 6 serves as a bridge going into the direction of taking the 2-channel setup of the entry-level controllers and expanding them to a full-size jog wheel with 4 channels. This video is a quick first look of the controller, but first, a word from our sponsor, Direct Music Service. DMS is an online database for working DJs and mix artists. It's the one-stop shop where you can get your music from for your gigs. It's a searchable, organized database with thousands of edits, remixes, and different versions of your favorite tracks from many different genres. You can now save some money and get a discount using one of these 2 coupon codes. Use the code PJMonthly and get 30% off your first month off any monthly subscription. Use the coupon code PJYearly and get 10% off your entire first year of any yearly subscription. Go to directmusicservice.com today to sign up. So this controller is compatible with both Rekordbox and Serato DJ. Now, like I said, it's an intermediate controller. So the outputs are only RCA, unlike the professional outputs that have a TRS 1/4 inch for the booth and XLR for the master out. Also, there's no inputs into the channels, so the 4 channels are strictly the 4 decks that are in the software. There's one USB port, and the controller is actually bus powered. Now, the 2 things that might stand out to you about this controller is the merge effects knob and also the jog wheel, because despite being an intermediate controller, it actually has a rotation indicator. And this jog wheel is a newly designed touch capacitive jog wheel, which is the same size as the professional CDJs. And the rotation indicator is actually pretty big, a little bigger than the CDJs back in the day. Now, just like the DDJ-400, it has the professional CDJ style loop buttons along with your memory cue call. Being a 4-channel and 4-deck controller, there is a button to switch to the adjacent deck. So this one would take you to deck 4, and this side would take you to deck 3. The performance pads light up blue, and they are the same size as the ones you find on the DDJ-400. The labels on the pad modes are based on Rekordbox, though this controller does work with Serato once again. The tempo slider is as big as the one you find on the DDJ-400. Now, in the mixer section, it's based on the direction of going towards a Nexus mixer system. Imagine taking a DDJ-400 and expanding it to 4 channels along with the beat effects section. You got your trim, your EQ, your color effects, which you can switch in Rekordbox, and the beat effects section you can select up to 6 internal effects, select the channel just like you would on a DJM mixer, select your beat length or beat duration right here, and your level depth knob with your on-off for the effects. It has a really fat browse knob here with all the load buttons right below it above each one of the channels. If you want to engage the sampler, it's actually a switch on channel 4 to go from deck 4 to sampler right here. You got your master volume knob here, and right below it is your booth level knob. Now let's talk about the creative special features that make the Flex 6 unique. Earlier, we pointed out the merge effects. Merge effects is a combination of multiple effects and samples that you can use to transition from one track to another, or you can use it to break down a track or even end a set. There's 4 default merge effects built in, and you can use them for both Serato and Rekordbox. However, if you go into Rekordbox and you open the effects tab, you can actually customize your merge effects right here. So you can actually change your build effects, your build sample, your release effects, and your drop sample. So if you're not happy with the default merge effects, you can change them up. You can even include your own voiceovers, so whenever you use the merge effects, it'll say your voice sample. So let me show you a quick example of each merge effect. So I'm going to play this track. Let's say you're playing a track. You engage the merge effects by clicking the top button. This one's kind of a snare roll. Keep turning. And when you want to end it, you click the top. And it kind of just reverbs out, and you can drop the next track, maybe preferably at the drop. So let's try different merge effects. That one's kind of cool. So let's try number 3. Kind of more of a breakdown. And mind you, if you want to cancel the merge effects, all you have to do is hold shift and press the top knob again. And one last one, let's try number 4. It's a turntable break. Press it one more time. And it's a spin back. It's a neat little transitional effect, but you can also use it for transitioning to different tempos. So check this out. And then drop your lower BPM track here. So that's what merge effects is. It's a new feature that's being introduced with the Flex 6. Now, what's another feature on the Flex 6? Well, do you guys remember on the DJM-S11, the Scratch Bank? Well, now Scratch Bank is available on this controller, as well as what's called Sample Scratch for Rekordbox. So you got Scratch Bank for Serato and Sample Scratch for Rekordbox, which basically just pulls a sample from your whole sample bank. All right, so to load a scratch track using Sample Scratch, just like Scratch Bank, you go into the pad mode for Sample Scratch. And I have a track already loaded in this sampler section. So I'm gonna load that right here. And now my scratch sample is loaded. So if I click hot cue, I can access all the cue points of that sample scratch. And once again, in Serato, it's actually your scratch bank that you're accessing when you go in there. Now, another really cool feature is the jog cutter. Basically, the jog cutter is a scratch tool where you can scratch one-handed and the controller will actually do the cutting based on the BPM of the track that's playing. So I'm gonna loop a beat. I'm gonna set a cue to my second hot cue where I have the fresh scratch sample. And I'm gonna set my master, which we normally use for beat sync, to this deck so that the jog cutter will sync to this BPM and not to the native BPM of the scratch track. And we're gonna engage the jog cutter. And now wherever we have the playhead, the rotation indicator is going to be a unique pattern in the scratch. So if you change the rotation, it changes the scratch pattern. So we're just gonna take this. It's a little chirp scratch right there. Now when I add a different scratch, I'm gonna move this back a little bit. Now we can rotate it just to find other scratch patterns. So yeah, it's just a fun little way to be able to execute some scratch patterns that are very, very quantized to the beat. And just because the jog cutter is here, it doesn't mean that you can't scratch traditionally. So check this out. So yeah, those are just a few things you can do with the DDJ-FLX6. Now I normally have a performance routine that I release alongside of my demo video, but I'm actually saving that routine to do it live for the happy hour show on Pioneer DJ USA's Facebook page or Twitch account. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's at facebook.com/PioneerDJUSA or twitch.tv/PioneerDJUSA. Make sure it says USA. So once again, for the folks who started off with the entry-level controllers and are ready to take the next step up, this controller is the bridge to get there, leaving out some of the features that a beginner or an intermediate DJ that's learning and starting to get their feet wet might not actually need right away. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or anything to add about the DDJ-FLX6, please leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear your thoughts, answer any questions, or learn anything new that I haven't covered in this video today. If you need more information, I'm going to leave some product links down below. And by the way, Zounds has one of the easiest payment plans to qualify for that you can find online. So hit the Zounds links. If you like this video, please smash that like button. And if it's your first time here and you found this video useful, please click that subscribe button and don't forget to click that little bell icon so you get a notification the next time I upload a video. Don't forget to add me on Instagram, where I sometimes share sneak peeks of my upcoming videos or content that I don't normally share here on YouTube. All right, thank you for watching. Take care and stay healthy.